When you think about the country, when you think about America right now, and I worry a lot about our country, and you think about what we need to accomplish in the future, what are the priorities on that list for you?
Well, I think, actually, Tom, that's the right way to go at it, because because I think we need that kind of discussion in our country. Look, I spent 4 years traveling the world on behalf of the United States, went to 112 countries, nearly 1 million miles, all the statistics, and I came away from that experience even more confident and positive about our model, about our potential. I don't want to sound chauvinistic, but I was very proud to represent the United States. Having said that, leadership is not a birthright that you inherit and it just keeps going. Just as Christine and I were saying, you have to work hard, you have to be prepared. Well, so do nations. And we've got some work ahead of us. And it will require us reaching something of a consensus. Now, there will always be disagreements about the particulars, but we've got to figure out how we're going to make our economy produce enough jobs so that particularly young people, the 6 million 18 to 24-year-old Americans who are neither in school nor in work, have a ladder of opportunity that they're able to start climbing, that we produce inclusive prosperity. I'm a product of the American middle class. I am grateful for everything that I was given as a child to prepare me to have a fascinating life, obviously. But I don't want to see other children denied that opportunity. And it is an economic issue, it's a moral issue, it's a political issue, and I want to get back to evidence-based decision-making. There's too much that has gone on in our politics recently that is just pure ideology, pure partisanship, the disguise of commercial interests behind a political facade, and the result is that we're kind of marching backwards instead of forwards. And so from my perspective, we often reach these points in American history where we're sort of trying to decide which way we go, whether we consolidate, whether we embrace the future, how we go about doing it. I think it's one of those times. And if we are going to be true to ourselves, we have an election coming up this year, and we ought to be paying attention to that because that will set the parameters for a lot of what can or should be done. As Christine was saying, the administration certainly supported IMF reforms. We think they're in our interest, we think they're in the world's interest, but the Congress got all wrapped up around misconceptions, frankly, and political infighting, mostly against the White House. So I think that we need a very open, evidence-based, mature conversation. Now, that may lead to places that I'm not enthusiastic about, that wouldn't be my choice, but compromise is an essential part of running a great democracy. We cannot afford to have people who deny the right and the need for compromise. So that's what I want to see, Tom, and I want to see it start not just in the editorial pages where you write about this and try to make really the points that I think are important, but we need it at, in people's kitchens and in offices and, on the field watching your kids play soccer. We just need people to start talking and to not be afraid to talk to somebody who disagrees with you.